Peyton is unlike anyone I have ever known. His dedication to agriculture and FFA is outstanding. He will do anything he can to help anyone. He always gives 100%, and he is an amazing leader.
Peyton is always there helping you when you need help, and he always has a smile. Peyton has done a great job this year, and I'm very proud of him.
Whenever my brother wants to get something done, he can get it done no matter how long it takes, but not before his pot of coffee. Please help us in welcoming
Our brother,
And your 2019-2020 New York State FFA President,
Peyton
Fonataine.
Theodore Gazelle, or Dr. Seuss, was rejected 28 times while trying to get his first manuscript published. But the 29th time began his success as a writer. Michael Jordan once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again, and that is why I succeed." Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times while trying to invent the light bulb. However, he didn't let those failures stop him, and the next attempt, he invented the light bulb. Stephen King wrote his first novel and was rejected 30 times. However, right before his 31st attempt, he threw his manuscript out. His wife recovered the manuscript and told him to try one more time. That was the start of Stephen King's career. Each one of these successful individuals have failed over and over again. Through these failed experiences, they have been able to face their obstacles head on, learned how they could improve, and came one step closer to success. It is how we handle these failures and tough times that make us the leader and individual that we want to be.
It's the character of who you are. It's not the title that makes you. It's not the success that makes you. The character defines the success, defines the fame, and it starts right there. Championships aren't won in the theater or the arena. They're won in the thousands of hours in the training room, in the labs, in the 5 a.m. runs, and when it's raining, when everyone else is sleeping. That's when it's won. How you hold yourself in the small things of life. Build the character winning blocks of the things that we'll remember for.
Throughout history, people have achieved greatness through failing numerous times. Despite putting a lot of effort into everything that they did, they rarely, if ever, were recognized for the accomplishments or achievements that they had. Through all these obstacles, people were able to stand back up, brush themselves off, and keep on going. Each and every one of us can do the same. Stand back up and keep moving forward. Let me take you back to my middle school years. If you can't tell by this picture, I was extremely awkward. I always tried so hard to fit in with everyone around me, whether that was my family, my friends, or even my teachers. Which, by the way, is scientifically proven to be a hard task as a middle schooler. Flash forward to high school, I was sitting in the ag room preparing for our next meeting. I spent so many hours printing out handouts, hundreds of them, clipping them together, and making sure that everything was organized perfectly so we could have the best FFA meeting ever. It was perfect. Everything laid out in piles, paper clipped together with Post-its on every single stack, ready to be distributed. The meeting day came. I suddenly got a text message from my mom asking about my swim meet later that night. I had completely forgotten that I could only stay after for roughly 20 minutes. All my work and preparation seemed to fly right out of the window. I didn't even have enough time to teach anyone else my organizational system. I couldn't show everyone the hard work and dedication that I had put into planning that meeting and had to rely on my team with them getting the credit. This is one of the countless times in my life that I haven't received the credit for the work that I have put in. At first, this wounded me. I would constantly ask myself, Why can't they just notice me? Was it because I wasn't a good friend? Was it because I didn't let anyone in? Or was it because I simply tried too hard? This angered and frustrated me to the point that I didn't even know if I could talk to the people that were taking the credit for the work that I was putting in. I found the work that I was doing was being taken advantage of. I stopped trying that hard to fit in with everyone else around me and started to become my own person. This allowed me to have more time studying, working on school assignments, and becoming more involved in the agriculture department at my school. As I kept moving forward, usually performing these activities and tasks without hesitation, I realized what I was doing and why I was doing it. As a servant leader, we need to be purposeful in the actions that we have, and we do not need to receive the recognition. Harry Truman once said, "It is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit." It is okay to still want the credit for what you are doing, but don't dwell on looking for the credit in your actions. If the credit comes your way, bonus. But if not, it shouldn't affect your ability to achieve greatness or do what is needed. Think back to a time when you were working on either an FFA officer team, on a school project in a small group, or even on a sports team. Was there one person that did most of the work while the others sat back and didn't put their all into what they were doing? Were you that person that did most of the work? Did the other people in the group take credit for the work that you were putting in? How did that make you feel? Let me guess, if you are anything like me, it made you feel horrible and you didn't know why you did it in the first place. However, all it takes is a little change in perspective to change your whole outlook on the situation. You made an impact on the individuals in that group without them giving you the credit. You didn't do all the work for yourself, you did it for the group. When you don't need the spotlight on yourself, that is true leadership. The next time you do something, don't feel defeated when you don't receive the credit. Think about all the change and influence that you had on the individuals around you. When we are able to stop searching for the credit, there is no limit to what we are able to accomplish. Character can be defined as the mental or moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Seeking out opportunities to help people around you can and will make you into the individual that you want to be. But there is so much more behind being a purposeful servant leader, from your attitude on life to being able to treat others with respect. Throughout my life, I have been told that I am weird, stubborn, and way too OCD about everything that I do. Trust me when I say I am not a normal teenager, if that's even a thing. I don't need to go out and hang out with friends or be the popular kid. However, don't get me wrong. I love going out, meeting new people, and having great conversations. But I am just fine with sitting back with a coffee in my hand, reading a book, or working on some school assignments, making sure that everything is perfect. However, countless times throughout my life, I have been told the same phrase. Go be a kid. Stop worrying about everything. You don't always need to be working. I sometimes find myself taking offense to that statement. This is who I am, I say back. However, countless times I took that advice. This brought about a time that I wasn't happy and I wasn't the happiest I could be. This ultimately making it so I wasn't able to help those around me. One of these examples was this last summer when my great-grandmother passed away. She was a kind, sweet, and loving lady. Someone that I wish I got to know better. I remember getting the message about her passing, and I was devastated because the memories that I have of her are distant and from my childhood. I didn't know her like I could have. Someone so closely related to me, gone, without my own present memories of who she was. This is something that I could have changed. I could have taken the time to go see her. This is something that, as I look back on, is probably one of the hardest moments in my life. The regret that I had while sitting at that funeral and the days after that were very hard to deal with. Because despite the messages, the constant reminders, and the declining of her health conditions, I didn't take the time to go see her. I could have changed that. I could have taken the time to go see her. I could have went with family members when I was given the chance, but I simply didn't take the opportunity when it was presented to me. Today and every day, we have the ability to use what we have and treat others the way we want to be treated. Being a servant leader is about building others up and being purposeful in the actions that we display. Do you know someone that you haven't seen in a while? Do you remember the last time that you saw them? Take the time to stop in and see the people that you love, whether that's a family member, a friend, or even a community member that would love to have you stop in and see them. However, the way you treat others isn't only about if you stop in and see them. It is how you treat them while you are there. Have you treated those around you with care and respect? It is the little things like being able to share your opinions and thoughts without getting mad at the other side of the argument, to simply stopping in and seeing someone that can build up our character. I didn't take the time to see my grandmother, even though I should have. When we are able to make these changes in our lives, we won't regret the way that we have treated someone, and we'll be able to share our opinions and thoughts better than we ever have before. From now on, I challenge you to stop and see someone special, even if it is just to say hi, and treat others the way you want to be treated. If you can't tell by now, I love quotes, and this one says it all. From being able to make an impact without looking for the credit, to being able to treat those around us with care and respect, we are able to be purposeful servant leaders that serve the people around us to the best that we can. Even if you fall, you're falling forward. Every obstacle that we face brings us one step closer to success. Get back up, shoot your shot, write your story, and work hard to invent your next light bulb. We always need to remember to treat others the way we want to be treated and to not look for the credit in what we do. Everything we do every day can make us a purposeful servant leader. Make the right choice.